Just about every single landing page that I have for Unstoppable SaaS School converts at 70% or more. How is that? How do we get such high conversion rates? If you're working on building out your B2B SaaS sales funnel, man, that's a mouthful. In this video, I'm gonna give you the 3 principles to follow to actually diagnose why your funnel is not converting and how to actually fix it. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK. On this channel, I help star founders like you get to that next stage of growth. Take your SaaS business and navigate the path to product market fit with an unstoppable strategy. So if you're new to our community, welcome. I drop a video like this every single Sunday, Wednesday, and now Friday. So be sure to actually hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so that you get notified when I drop a video with the TK quarantine hair. Also, if you are building your go-to-market machine, if you're building out your sales funnel for your SaaS business, I have a free 45-minute training on how to build an unstoppable sales and marketing machine. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this video, and I'll also link to it below so you can go check it out. Now, you're here because you're building out your SaaS funnel and you're trying to figure out, how do I get higher conversion rates? So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 3 principles to actually follow to help diagnose what's going on and fix your funnels that aren't converting as well. If you're excited to dig in, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and really my team. It means the world to us. Let's get started. So the first thing to actually look at, the first principle to look at is your copy. Now, specifically for your copy, you need to ask yourself, when I look at this landing page, when I look at this like front door to your store, to your website, to your product, your universe, is there a clear before and after benefit? Meaning, when I'm reading this to the naked eye, now I know you know everything about this business and why it's so important, it's the best thing since sliced bread, but for this brand new person, are they gonna be able to look at this and say, well, before this, my life looks like this, and after this, after I download this guide, or I sign up for this product, or I go to this webinar, my life is gonna look like X. And is X pretty clearly laid out? Are they gonna be able to read that and say, oh, if I spend time on this, instead of just hitting the back button or hitting Command W, that my life is actually gonna be better. It's gonna solve a real problem that's important to me. My life is gonna look like how I want it to look after this very moment. Is there a clear before and after benefit to what you're actually pitching them? So that's principle number 1. The second thing to look at is your copy. You're gonna figure out a trend here. Copy is everything. The second thing to look at is, do you actually highlight an urgent and important problem that they believe to have? Now, that's actually a very loaded sentence. I thought about splitting this up, but I gotta fit it into 3 principles. So let me break this down. Do they actually have an urgent and important problem? So earlier this week, I did an episode on how to identify whether you have an urgent and important problem. So if you want to learn and dig more into that, I'll link to that video below. You can check it out. It's all about how to really validate your idea. But assuming you have the right idea and there's a real market for it, are you actually articulating that as an urgent and important problem? And more importantly, do they believe you? Have you given them enough data? Have you given them the right macro trends? Have you highlighted really what they call agitated the problem to prove that, hey, this is a real problem for you. It's an important problem for you. It is an urgent problem for you. Because if you don't convince me of those things, I'm probably not going to spend more time on filling out the email, signing up, going to a webinar, or even trying out a product that I'm not really sure I need. And even worse, if you don't prime them, if you don't prepare them early on about why this is important, why this is urgent, they may even sign up, but then they'll just leave because they forget why it's important to them. They don't quite get it. So you may even get a conversion, but you won't get a true sale because they still don't believe. Now, let me pause here for a second, all right? It's no coincidence that the first 2 principles of 3, and I'll actually have a bonus principle for you in the end. It's no coincidence that it's all about copy. Now, I won't tell you what the third one is. I don't know if it's copy or not. I won't tell you right now. But it's no coincidence these 2 are all about copy. Here's the thing. If you actually go to one of my landing pages, like go to my go-to-market training landing page, go to my how to start a SaaS business without months of losing, building the wrong product, right? How to avoid losing months building the wrong product. If you go to any of these pages, they are ugly. They're just simple white text, black and white text. There's no fancy graphics. There's no fancy design, but it is copy. There is real text. And when you read it, it will become very evident to you that I know what I'm talking about. I have literally walked the path. This is not theory. You will read it and you're like, oh my God, how did you get into my head? This is the narrative that was going on in my head. This is why copy is more important than design. Copy is more important than fancy graphics. And believe me, I've invested money into fancy graphics. It didn't convert. I paid really smart people to build out my funnels. It didn't work. And I said, you're all fired. I'm just rebuilding this for simple text. And I know it looks ugly, but I bet it'll convert. And it does. It converts at greater than 70% my landing pages. The reason for this is I really, really understood my core ideal customer, and I really got into their head because I've walked that path and I've articulated that and communicated that in terms of what's an urgent and important problem. I got them to believe, and I also painted what the before and after looks like when they work with me. And that is super powerful. So if you're starting to get this, if you're starting to get like how copy is more important than design and anything else, can I just get a yes in the comments below? That way I know you're with me. Now let's move on to principle number 3. Principle number 3 is you gotta look at the copy. You must have seen this coming by now, but specifically with the copy, you haven't established your credibility. So suppose you say like, hey, this is an urgent, important problem. Here's a macro trend around it. Suppose you say that there's a clear benefit, like, well, after you do this, your life is gonna look like this instead of dealing with this and this thing. Say you do all of that. They may still not believe you because you haven't established your credibility. So the question that you have to look at on your landing page is, have you established your credibility? Why should I believe you? People say all kinds of things on the internet, right? And so you have to look at, are you including the right customer stories? Are you including the right credentials? Are you actually saying, hey, here's what I personally accomplished by following this? Are you saying any of those things to actually build the credibility so that they look at that and say, you know what? All this makes sense. Let's go to the next step. Let's learn more. So now you know what the 3 things to look at are to really get your sales funnel to be converting. And you can check out any one of mine, whether just to understand it or to actually get the value from it. You'll start to see it's not about fancy graphics, it's not about design, it's about really understanding what's going on, that inner monologue in your ideal customer, and really articulating that and really highlighting that you understand them. So number 1, you need to actually focus on the copy. Number 2, you actually need to focus on the copy. And number 3, you need to actually focus on the copy. In all seriousness, you actually do have to really dig into the copy. And you can watch this video again if you really want to dig into it more. But more importantly, if you are building your B2B SaaS sales funnel, if you're looking to drive growth, if you're looking to get to that next stage of growth or even navigate your product market fit, what's important is your sales funnel. This is why I have a 45-minute training on how to actually build an unstoppable sales funnel. An unstoppable sales funnel is a very specific framework that I use to build out unstoppable go-to-market machines for SaaS businesses like yours. And it includes 3 things. The first is your ICP, the second is your manifesto, and the third is your Broadway show. If you want to learn more about all of this, follow the link below for my 45-minute training on how to create an unstoppable sales and marketing machine that will give you a differentiated way to actually go to market and drive growth. You can follow the link below, or you can just go to tkkader.com/SaaS-training. tkkader.com/SaaS-training. Just go to that URL or follow the link below, and you can sign up for my 45-minute training, no strings attached. I'll explain exactly how an unstoppable sales funnel works and why it's important. Lastly, if you got value from this video, be sure to hit that like button. It means the world to me and my team. Also, I drop a video like this every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Friday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon. If you have a Star Founder friend, if you have a co-founder that would get value from this, if you're part of a Slack group, please share this video. It means the world to us, and we want to get our message out as widely as possible to help as many SaaS founders as possible. And lastly, remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business, but when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode.